So did you kiss?
Yeah. We actually had to stop ourselves. Kiss was unbelievable. Like sparks. I was like, man, bro, she's stuck.
I was nervous there for a bit because I was worried that Kieran was going home. Personally, I'll take Kieran over Tommy, Charlie, and Sean. All three can go home, including Jack. They can take him home with Connor. I don't understand why Connor is back. Really, I don't understand why Connor is back because on his season he struggled to find a connection. So the idea that they brought him back, knowing that the girls don't like this good guy type of person, doesn't make sense because already all the girls are turned off. I don't understand why Whitney doesn't give it a go because at the moment she says she doesn't like Jack unless he's not her type. And then the Three Musketeers, I didn't realize I would want and I would find entertaining. I love the trio. I love Kieran, Scott, and Shaq. The fact that when Shaq came out of the secret garden, they ran to drag him to want to know exactly what was going on. It's like it's my type of gossip and it's my type of toxic friends. I love that. I really thought it was the best thing ever. Anyway, hey there, thanks for stopping by. It's your girl Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island All Stars, Season 3, Episode 4. So we're still at the recoupling. We have Scott decide that he wants to couple up with Leanne. Am I surprised? No, I am not. Because I think although he was humoring Belle, I think he was more into Leanne. Yes, Whitney might have tried to sort of turn him off that, but he seemed keen on it. So if he loves it, I love it for him. Anyway, so because Scott had picked Leanne, that meant Shaq was going to be single, or unless somebody else picked him. So the couplings then continued. We had Millie. Millie chose to couple up with Charlie. Do I think they are a great connection? No. I think they're the Dijon and Meg of the season. I really do. I think they're very toxic. I think he's very manipulative and is able to sort of mark his territory and make it in such a way that she doesn't want anything to do with any other guy because she thinks he's the best thing since sliced bread. You have Helena. Helena chose to couple up with Shaq. I think she thought Shaq was the better of two options because it was either Shaq or Sean. And I think she can see through Sean that Sean is playing games. So this must be why she decided to go with Shaq. You had Whitney. Whitney chose Jack. Whitney has no choice. The only person she could have coupled up with is Jack. And so she said, baby daddies need love too. I think she just said that because she has no other choice. There's no one there that she can explore with unless she explores with the new bombshells. You had Belle. Belle chose Sean. Am I surprised? No. Belle messed herself about because she had a good thing going with Shaq. They seem to have great chat, so I was pleasantly surprised when she decided to go with Sean. I don't know whether she felt he was a safer option and she was hoping to do a Matilda with him so that he can get her to the end. That's the only thing I could think of. Then Jess was left with Kieran and Tommy. She chose to couple up with Tommy. Am I surprised? No. She is in the same boat as Belle, in the sense that they have both chosen guys that they think will keep them on the show. Jess struggled on her season to find someone who liked her, and so now that she has Tommy sort of all over her, she's decided to keep him, then run the risk of being single because no one else wants her. This then left Kieran single, and I was like, oh my God, what's going to happen? I really don't want them to send Kieran home because Kieran is more for personality than the other. He's better than Charlie, Sean, and Tommy combined. He's a better character, and I would rather watch him than the other three. So while he's standing up there, I think he was waiting for his text to say, you're now single, you can go home. We then had Connor walk in. Connor's from Series 9. Connor on his series struggled to find a connection because I remember he was in a connection. He wasn't Series 9. He was Series 11, wasn't he? Yeah, Series 11. He's 30 years old. He did come in and he tried to sort of go for Grace, and Grace played stupid games with him until he was single and he couldn't find anyone and he left the villa. So he comes up. He then receives a text message. People are sort of taken aback at first to say, who's that? But the likes of Sean would have known who he is. They would have known who he is. Kieran would have known who he is because they were on the same season. Although Connor came in as a bombshell. Anyway, Connor receives a text message to say, you need to couple up with someone. He chose to couple up with Millie. I don't know why he chose to couple up with Millie. I don't know whether it was because the producers were going for a bit of drama. So he coupled up with Millie, which meant that Charlie was single. Charlie and Kieran were now standing there, and Charlie was now pooping bricks because he didn't know whether he was going home. They then received another text message to say that there are two bombshells in the hideaway. Please make your way to the hideaway. In the hideaway, we need to have a. If you're on your season and you come for All Stars, that's it. We can't have a revolving door of people coming back and back and back into the All Stars when they don't bring anything. We have AJ, she's from Series 7. I don't remember her. And then we have Sammy from Series 9. Sammy came in as a bombshell on Series 9. She came in on All Stars 2. She's now back again, and it's like, please make it make sense. Is she coming because she's looking for love, or is she coming just because you want some eye candy? I don't get it. As soon as they walked in, I think what looking at them as they walked in, Kieran, I would have said you would have been better off with Sammy, as much as I really don't like the fact that she keeps coming in for no apparent reason. But I think they would make a better couple. With Charlie, I don't even know why he's still here. I wish he was dumped. I wish he was the one who was dumped. Anyway, so when the boys entered the hideaway, they met with AJ and Sammy's. I feel like Love Island. If you come on one season and you come for All Stars, that's it. We don't need a revolving door for the same person, especially if they don't bring anything to the show. You have AJ from Series 11. I don't know her. Sadly, I didn't watch season 11, as I've said before. And then you have Sammy from season 9. Sammy came in as a bombshell in season 9. Then she came into All Stars 2, and now she's back again. How many more times is she now the Casey of Love Island? Make it make sense. So she came in, and they were both excited to see the guys. What do I think? I think on first impressions, I would have coupled up Sammy with Kieran. I think they would make a cute couple. I'm not sure about the age because Sammy didn't say her age, but I would assume she's in her mid-20s. But they would make a very cute couple. You have the girls be asked, what are you looking for in a man? Sammy says she just wants a man. And it's like, well, I don't know, Sammy. Maybe there's more to what you want because you were with Tommy. It didn't work out for you, but yet he's engaged to somebody else. So maybe you haven't found the right person. You should say the qualities you want and not take a dig at your exes. AJ said she just wants someone with great personality. And it's like, well, if you love it, we like it for you over here. So in the garden, you have Connor go for a chat with Millie. What do I think? Connor seems to have a type, and sadly, his type doesn't like him. And so I think it's best for him to pivot and try something different because the type that he keeps going for always seems to sort of turn against him. So I don't get why he keeps going for girls that really don't like him or feel him that way. On the daybed, you have, the trio, Jack, Sean, and Tommy sitting there. And you have Sean saying that if he had first pick, he would have picked Helena over Belle. And it's like, make it make sense. What makes you think, she would have wanted you? I don't get it. And I think Sean is feeling himself too much, especially when he's among these minions, because he thinks he is the better of the group and suddenly he is the man. Shaq had a conversation with Helena. He was excited she picked him. She was excited that she got to pick him. Well, they shared a kiss. I think he felt some type of way about her outing him, but at the end of the day, he did what he needed to do in order to stay in the villa. So if it means kissing Helena, then he's going to do it. Back in the hideaway, they decided to play a truth or dare game. I think Charlie brought it up because he wanted to kiss the girls. And so his first dare was to AJ, and he said to her, kiss the islander you fancy the most. She went and she kissed Kieran. He didn't expect this. And then Kieran was asked, Kieran then asked, who do you fancy the most? And Sammy said she fancies Kieran. And Kieran then dared Charlie to sort of kiss the two islanders in a three-way, which they did. He was a bit extra, Charlie. I think he's doing a bit too much. I think he's trying to be relevant, but he's not it. And sadly, I don't think he realizes that he's not the man that he thinks he is. And then you have this conversation between Sean and Belle. After him telling the guys that he would have picked Helena, he went to Belle and was sort of, oh, I love the fact that you chose me. I think we make a cute couple. At least we get to continue to share the same bed, and then he went in for a kiss. All Sean is after is kissing the girls. That's it. He was after making out with the girls. I don't know whether in the real world he struggles to find girls or what exactly is going on with him, but the fact that any girl who allows him, he's pouncing on them. Doesn't make sense. Why Belle decided to kiss him, I don't get it. And she just inflated his head by saying that, you are the better kiss out of all the guys in the villa. And that just continues to make his head grow bigger and bigger. You had the three girls sitting at the fire pit, Jess, Whitney, and Millie. And Millie is watching like a hawk the door to the hideaway. And it's like, girl, that's not your man. That man is not good for you. That relationship is going to be very toxic. The idea that you think is it, I don't get it. Everyone in the hideaway came out. The guys sat amongst themselves. The girls sat amongst themselves for a debrief. And then you had the guys talk about the fact that they played Truth or Dare, and they were very excited about this. The girls spoke about, three kissing, Charlie and stuff. And you could see that Millie felt some type of way. It's like, Millie, there are other guys that are better for you in the villa. This man is not it. This man is going to play mind games, and I'm going to really feel sorry for you because I don't think he's it for you. Anyway, after the chats between the girls, you then have this conversation between Helena and Sean, where they were having a chat, and Sean was surprised that Helena had picked Shaq. I think Sean thought he was the man, and you'd have the girls fighting over him. So the fact that Helena didn't fight for him and decided to go with Shaq is something that he wasn't expecting. Helena tried to play it cool and sort of said, yes, we can still go to the secret garden, whatever, whatever. She doesn't want to be near him. I think he gives her the ick, and she would rather be with Shaq than with someone that she really can't stand. Millie and Charlie then went for a chat, and they were saying they were upset. Well, Charlie was implying that he was sad that they'd only been a couple for a few minutes before she was stolen from him. And it's like, buddy, she's not your girl. Please take several seats. She is not your girl. So if someone else wants to couple up with her, this is Love Island. You can't claim territory for something that is not yours. Anyway, the islanders get ready for the night. Everyone, it's really buzzing because, there are new bombshells that have come in the villa. There are new couples that have been set up, and everyone is sort of trying to find their space. The girls slept somewhere else, and the rest of the guys slept in the bedroom with the new couples. In the morning, you had this chat between Shaq and AJ. I think they make a cute couple. I think they really complement one another. One thing about Shaq is he's very laid back. Unless he decides to be messy or unless you start something with him, then he is going to step up. So I found their little chat cute. I think they really do have something there. The fact that she wanted to look into his eyes. The problem with us as Black people, when you say you want to look into our eyes, it's not something that we do a lot because our eyes, the majority of the time, look the same. So it's not something that really stands out or something that would say, oh, I like this person because they're of their eye color. Kieran then went for a chat with Sammy on the daybed. I thought they were cute. Sadly, Sammy made a face when Kieran revealed that he was 23 years old because she said, he comes across as older. And it's like, maybe he possesses a level of intelligence and maturity that you haven't come across. I always find Kieran is more mature for his age. And it even was a running joke on his season because people used to laugh at his granddad slippers and stuff. And I hope if she's really serious about her relationship, she gives him a chance because he might pleasantly surprise her. She is more calmer than Nicole, his ex. So I think they would work a lot better. They would complement each other in ways that he and Nicole didn't complement one another. So that would be cute. You then have, Helena go to the fire pit for a chat with Sean. I personally don't understand why she continues to humor Sean. I don't understand why they needed to have the conversation by the fire pit because she was saying she's still open to getting to know him. He's still open to getting to know her. They were sort of questioning each other. What did you do in bed? They were both making out with their new partners. So they can't pretend to be surprised that someone else is moving on. Sean was busy with Belle in bed the night before, just the same as Shaq was busy in bed with Helena, which was pleasantly surprising for me. So no one can be upset with the other person because they're doing exactly the same thing. You then had Belle have a chat with Charlie, and while they were having a conversation, you then had on the sunbeds, you had Connor go for a chat with Belle, and Belle decided to sort of put sunscreen on his back. For Charlie to seem upset, it's like, buddy, it's day 4. This is not your territory. You can't be upset that she's sort of putting sunscreen on somebody else. And when you had Connor put sunscreen on her leg, Charlie became more upset and said, I have to go and interrupt that conversation. For him to pull her aside For you to have Millie say, "Oh, I'm happy Charlie pulled me because I really wasn't feeling flirty." She was feeling flirty, but she's trying to play the same game that Charlie is playing, in the sense that they're trying to make it seem like they have this stronger connection than they do. They are going to be the toxic couple of the season. I can foresee it. And he seems to be a master manipulator, so good luck to her. On You have Shaq having a chat with Helena and just catching up to see where they are. They've spent the night in bed, they're happy with their couple, and AJ immediately came and pulled Shaq. So she pulled him and took him to the secret garden, and they made out. They really went to town. I think Shaq is more comfortable with AJ than he is with Helena. I think with Helena he's just going through the motions because he knows he needs to stay in the villa, whereas with AJ I think he's actually got a physical attraction to her. So they were making out in there. They were excited. They were giddy. And then you have, when they came out, I love that you had, Kieran and Scott run and pull, Shaq and say, "Let's go for a chat." And they were asking him, "How was your conversation? What happened? Did you kiss?" Their very first question was, "Did you kiss?" And he said yes. And they were excited for him. "How is it? Do you find, you've got more of a physical attraction to her than Helena?" I think most of the guys in the villa do. I think they're going to use Helena to stay in the villa, not because they're sexually attracted to her, which is really sad. So I can't wait to see the fallout from that. You have Tommy sitting with Jess. Jess is pretending as though she's bigger than everyone, or she's better than everyone. She's giving us Ekensu behavior from Timu. That's the impression that I get. She's a Timu Ekensu, because she then was having this chat with Tommy, and Tommy decided to reveal a secret that Sean had told him. "Oh, did Sean tell you he wanted to pick Helena, but he ended up, if it was his choice, so he ended up with Bella because she picked him, but he would have picked Helena." And it's like, this is about to be messy. This really is about to be messy. Anyway, the islanders get ready for the night. As they're getting ready for the night, the rumor starts, the fact that Shaq and what's her name? Oh my God, AJ made out in the hideaway. Helena eventually finds out that they made out in the secret garden. And Shaq was intending to tell Helena, but the girls beat her to it. Whitney actually is the one who revealed the secret because she was told by AJ. And so Shaq had to quickly pull Helena for a chat. And Helena's always easygoing with the guys. Whatever they say, whether she's desperate for guys or whatever, she was quick to sort of take his explanation and run with it. Because he said to her, "I'm sorry, this is what has happened. I'll try and be honest with you anytime something happens." She seemed to take it on board. She seemed happy with his explanation, and that was it. So good for her. And then the mess began, because Jess then went and told Belle that Sean behind your back is busy telling everyone else that he would have picked Helena. Yes, you picked him, but he would have picked Helena. And I think this is going to be a hot mess on this upcoming episode, because she is going to kick her off, because how dare I pick you and then you go around and tell everybody else that you wouldn't have picked me, you would have picked somebody else. I can't wait to see what happens next. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Click on the link in my video to watch my review from episode 3. Bye everyone.